Hello, this is going to be a reading for Aries for January 2016. Before I move on with the reading, thank you so much for liking, for subscribing, for watching, for your comments, also for all the readings that were booked. Thank you, you know who you are. I really appreciate this. I am going to do a 5-card spread for January. I was thinking of doing the entire year, but then I was told that there's too much movement over the next 12 months, and we do have free will. So rather than going into specifics for every month, which will be met with changes, they told me to pull 2 cards, in your case 3, for the overall energies for 2016. So I'll just start with the general reading for January, and then we'll go into the 3 cards for you for the overview of 2016. So what is crowning you, or what's in the current position right now? We have the card called heartache and loss. Okay, and this is signifying to me that you are dealing in a situation where you feel you are losing something or someone, and it is weighing on you heavily, not only emotionally but also in your mind. And I'm hearing loss of a job, loss of a loved one. So this could be different scenarios. Hopefully they're not all your scenarios, but that's what's happening right now. And however, what I'm being told is that though you are experiencing this heartache and loss, a heavy burden has been lifted off of you as a result, which is an interesting twist to this message. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. In your past or your recent past, what we have, the card is called, I can't talk, discontent and boredom. And what I'm being told is that the loss that you are experiencing right now, and this could be a loss of a relationship as well, is stemming from the fact that you have been feeling discontent in the last little while. And I want to go with the number 4. This could be 4 weeks, 4 months, or 4 years. I'm not going to pick and choose which one, but I'm being told go with the number 4, and whoever this applies to, you will understand. But that's where you're coming out of, and that's where the heartache and loss situation is stemming from. Okay, but you are coming out of it, not necessarily going into it anymore. Okay, so that's what's in your not too distant past. What is just around the corner, or your very near future? What we have, the card is called mental conflict. Okay, and this is very much connecting to the emotional loss that you are experiencing, and I do feel that it is going to immensely weigh on you mentally for a little while longer. Okay, if it's a loss of a loved one, understandably so. If it's a loss of a job, understandably so. If it's a loss of a relationship, pet, whatever it may be, understandably so. Any loss is difficult. It's just different degrees of difficulty. So expect that to last for a little while longer, and it wouldn't surprise me if you felt a little depressed, or symptoms of what I would call our depression symptoms, or blue. Okay, incidentally, the card border of this card is blue, so don't be surprised if you feel that way. However, what I'm being told to say is that please do your best not to segregate yourself too often and for too long periods of time, because that ultimately will not be the healthiest thing to do. Do your best to go out and be around people, because solitude in this case, though healthy and appropriate, too much of it will sway you in a direction that's going to make you even more unbalanced. Okay, so he's also saying to me that what you're going to be feeling is not entirely inappropriate, considering what you have gone through or are going through. So that's a little bit of a FYI. Okay, Now, in your distant past, what we have is, the card is called Stand Your Ground, but it is shown to me in reverse. And a reading just before you had this card also in reverse, but in a different position. And what I'm being told is, or what this is saying to me, is that all this emotional heartache that you're experiencing is rooted in the fact that you are not able to stand your ground or speak your truth. Okay? That's where this is all stemming from. So if it's a loss of a relationship, you are perhaps not in a place where you are able to stand your ground. If it's a loss of a job situation, same rule will apply. If it's a loss of a loved one, I don't know how that would fit, but I'm just supposed to say the message as I see it. So, but that's in your distant past, or that's where the root of it all is. Okay? Now, the card I'm always most excited about is your future, because that gives us a bit of a headway as to what will be happening down the road. And I want to say 6 months and after. And the card you have is Triumphant Success. And this, in the traditional tarot deck, I believe is called the Ace of Swords. And what this is saying to me is that you will get through this, you will cut through this fog, and this will in many ways be a new beginning for you. And I hear the word again, relationships, okay? So be it as it may right now, and you are not probably feeling very balanced right now, you need to experience this in order to start fresh and start anew. And those are the words I'm being asked to say. By July of this year, I keep wanting to say next year, but that would make it 2017. No, by July of this year, 2016, you will be in a much better position to look at your world and decide what your next steps will be. I do not feel you're in this position right now. I feel your judgment is clouded right now. You are dealing with too many emotional upsets. So any long-term solutions or decisions would be best put aside for the time being, okay? So that's what's happening. This isn't a negative reading. It is probably just confirming with what's happening. The one thing that I want to say, because he's drawing my attention to this, it is imperative for you going forward that you learn how to speak your truth or to stand your ground. And I'm going to say, don't be a pushover. There's no need for you to always say yes. That's what I'm being told to say. So hopefully whatever this relationship was that you are leaving will have taught you that, okay? Not that it's a lesson you need to learn, but it is an experience you're meant to gain in order to realize something about yourself for the future, so that your life can be better and brighter in many aspects. So that's the January reading. Now, when I was shuffling cards for the overall energies for 2016, 2 cards fell out, and I asked, and they told me, yes, pick 2. So I'm going to be interesting what the cards are going to say. So the first card you get is, oh my gosh, the same card, Financial and Material Changes, and it's in reverse. And the other card is called Destiny. Okay, this is major arcana, so this is a lot of depth in this message. So for the energies of, or what you can expect in 2016 is, you're not going to get a lot of volatility when it comes to your finances or your health, for that matter. Okay, and also not a lot of volatility when it comes to your personal relationships. You may be coming out of difficulties right now, but those will not be with you for the most of 2016, okay? And the Destiny card says is that what you went through is very karmic, meaning roots of this situation are stemming from a different lifetime. Whether you believe it or not, it makes no difference, but when I'm being told to say that, it is going to be somehow significant to you. So this was karmic, this is karmic, you're meant to go through this experience to gain certain knowledge, and it is also your karma or your path to have a positive outcome out of this, because apparently in the last lifetime you didn't have a positive outcome. So that's great energies for 2016, because it's, you know what, not too many things changing when it comes to finances and health, which is why you're probably closing the doors now. And I believe they said earlier, in order for doors to open, some doors have to close. So you're closing a lot of doors right now, and you know what, that's a good thing. As far as the energies for 2016 from the angels, what we have, the card is called Oceana, and I'm just going to show it to you. And it says, take action, you're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay, when I said that my guide is drawing me to this card, Stand Your Ground, and when he was saying it's imperative that you learn how to stand your ground and how to speak your truth, and this card says, take action and lovingly assert yourself, they're basically the same things, okay? You come from a place where you were perhaps not assertive enough, and this year is going to be about you learning to be lovingly assertive. And if that isn't a confirmation of what the reading was, I don't know what is. Nonetheless, the energies overall for 2016 are very positive for you. I'm being told to say, don't look back, don't consider your mistakes as things that you did something wrong. I often say there's no mistakes, they're just opportunities to learn from something. And if we don't learn, well, that's a problem, but hopefully you're getting the picture here, okay? I hope this makes sense to you. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're going to be okay, all right? There's a new beginning for you. You will feel a little bit off for the next little while, but it's expected considering where you're coming from. Your financial house is held, your health, your relationship going forward are going to be stable, and you are going to learn a lot about yourself through this process, as well as you're going to lovingly assert yourself, stand your ground, speak your truth. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, for subscribing. I do give, I'm on a radio show every other Sunday, live giving readings for 2 hours. The information is below. Feel free to call, and I will give you a reading. And this is at 9 Pacific Standard Time, I believe 12 Eastern Time. Anyway, the information is below, so feel free to check it out. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in February, and good luck.